everybody, it's Mr. Sean from Fernbrook Farms. I am outside on this gorgeous day. I can hear the birds chirping, but I can also hear a work crew that is over on Route 9 clearing some trees. So hopefully I can do this in between their chopping and cutting. What I wanted to do with you today is a bit of a craft, and what we're going to do is build a bird feeder out of some recycled materials. Now I have a box from some crackers and a tube from paper towels. And we're going to turn this into the bird feeder by fitting the tube into the box of crackers so that I can fill the tube with bird seed, and that bird seed will fill the box without having to come back outside every few days to refill it again. Now, one step I've already taken care of is spraying the box with an outdoor spray paint. This step you don't really have to do. I took this step so that it will last longer, makes it a little more waterproof. But if you wanted to skip this, you can. Alrighty. Oh, other things you're going to need for this are, of course, bird seed. I also have a marker so I can draw out the things I need to cut on the box. And to that matter, I also have a pocket knife with me that I'm going to be using to cut the cracker box. Now, if we are using a knife, you can, of course, use scissors as well. But if you're using any sharp object, if you're a kid doing this, make sure you have an adult's supervision. If you are an adult doing this, make sure you have a senior citizen's supervision. And if you're a senior citizen watching this, you're going to need a Ouija board. Last things you're going to need are some tape. Doesn't have to be duct tape, this is all I got. Some string for hanging up our final product, and some sticks that are going to become our perch for the birds to sit on. Alrighty. So, step one, before we start cutting into our box, I want to make sure I don't go too far down and that I keep a nice trough at the bottom for the birdseed to sit in. So I'm going to use the cap of my marker and make a mark there. And I say that's about 2 inches, and I think that's probably a deep enough tray that the birds are going to be able to get the seed from. So I'll make a line going across and back up. And this is going to be our little door that the birds then can get to the seed from. So the next thing I'm going to do is just flip it over to the other side. I'll use the cap again, just to keep it even, and do the same thing. Now, I'm not totally concerned with it being perfect, because birds can't tell the difference anyway. So our next step is going to be to cut out the flap that we just marked off. So I'm going to carefully use my knife and cut along the line as best I can. There we are. Like I said, doesn't have to be perfect. Birds can't tell anyway. And remember, make sure you have supervision when you do this. So there we have our first flap. Flip it over and do the same thing again. There we go. That one was a lot easier. Cut across and then back up the other way. Alrighty, so now we have both our flaps, and the bird seed will be able to fit into the bottom. So after we have our 2 flaps open, we're going to go ahead and cut our paper towel roll to just make it a little bit shorter. You want it to be able to reach the bottom without touching the very bottom of your trough, so that the bird seed inside will only come out as the bird seed gets eaten. So I've taken 2 strips of tape and put them on the inside of the paper towel roll, and I'm then going to put that tube into my box and put the tape on either side of the box. And that should help keep it in place. Alright. Next step, we're going to make our perch for the birds to sit on. And I think I'm going to go with this stick here. And to do that, I'm just going to make a small hole There we are. Underneath of the trough on either side. Then I'll feed the stick through the holes, being as careful as I can not to totally destroy the box. There we are. So now we have a perch on either side. I'm just going to then fold these flaps up and out of the way. And so far, so good. So the last thing I got to do is fill it up with birdseed, put tape over the top to keep it closed, and then add some string so we can hang it up. So now I'm just going to fill it up with some of my birdseed. Any type will do. Also not concerned about the mess this is going to make. So I'm just going to wipe it off into the ground, and the birds will take care of the rest anyway. I'm just going to use my hands. So now we have birdseed at the bottom and in the tube. So close this up. Take a new strip of tape. And just tape the top to help it stay closed. I'm then going to use my string. Just take a strip of it. And I'll use tape for this too, and I'm just going to tape the string onto the top of our box. Just like that. And if all goes right, there we are. Oop, string's starting to come loose, so I'm going to add a bit more of the tape. Try it one more time. Perfect. Now, I don't want to tape the whole top of it. I will want to be able to take this apart again so I can refill it with more birdseed. But as it is, I think we are ready to hang it up. And there we have it with a previous attempt. That other one did not work out well, but we'll see if the two of these will start to attract some of our birds to these feeders. I have seen a bunch of them at my other one, but I don't know how well they'll go for the recycled bird feeder.